it up a little bit. They've had some struggles here and there. Cloud9 is really an anomaly to me. I think they still have the talent to be, the second best team in North America behind Envious. It just really depends on where their focus is. When they're focused on the game, they're doing great. And when they kind of lose some of that focus and maybe you're just not practicing hard enough or just, I don't know what it is, they kind of disappoint people. So we'll see what they do. And as you mentioned, Grim Reality has been a top tier DPS for them. Right now he's on Winston. I don't think that's going to hold. Also, just briefly, they have a substitute coming in too. As Agilities is out for this team, he's going to be substituted in for, Exion is going to play for him.
Exion, former Northern Gaming Red alumni way back in the day. I used to play for them before Bird took his spot. Of course, Northern Gaming Red now no longer alive. So things are going to get started out here, and Grim Reality is going to be on the Winston, and this is interesting. You usually see Grim Reality on Tracer and McCree, but going to be opting for the tank role here as both teams fight it out here on the control center.
Yeah, no Reapers here, a little bit interesting. Reaper used to be a staple of this map, but Adam draws first blood, takes down Hype.
Adam and Devitt getting right in there. 2 quick kills here, the C9. Sheer4 right now looking to get into the back line. He is going to clean up everything. What a deflect coming in here from Sheer4. And that is going to be nice and easy here for Cloud9 as they will take first control at this point.
Well, Hype takes down Shore4, but that's just because he was alive because he died so early in that fight. They're going to be held pretty far back here. Exion's going to try to come in and get some poke. Conversely, everyone else on Cloud9 is trying to get some poke as well. They're holding pretty far back. I think as it goes on, and if they win another decisive fight, they might start holding outside of this doorway, something Cloud9 has done in the past.
Sheer4 right now, Dragon Blade is up and ready to go. That's what you get when you win a fight that decisively, and he is going right in, looking for Lucio. 2 slices, and Jer is out. 2 quick kills here from C9, and Sheer4 just going to cleanly take things out. Hyped and Grim Reality still alive in the back. In fact, Hype was even able to take out Kai, but somewhat of a losing battle. The only upside here is that it will give them a little bit of extra time to set up, but they've chained more deaths than they chained on C9, so still probably not worth.
Yeah, kind of an interesting engagement there. They just seemed like they didn't go in as a group. Jer got completely isolated by that Dragon Blade taken down, and then there were a couple people in the backlines, as you noted, but ended up being a 4v2, and you're not going to win that against a team like Cloud9.
No, definitely not. And take a look here at the offense of Sodipop as we learn. Exion going to bring out Dragon Blade of his own. He is the young Genji moving in, looking for Sheer4, takes him out. Will they be able to add on any more? The tank play of C9 definitely a cut above. They got 2 kills in the middle of that fight, and Exion just sort of fighting when most of his friends being dead.
I mean, you're seeing what is happening here with the fact that they have to run a ringer. I mean, I don't remember ever really seeing Grim Reality play a ton of Winston, but I feel like he should probably be on DPS where we've seen most of his work. But Agilities was always on that Genji. Now it's Exion. He's not getting everything that they want out of it. Grim and Hype go down there. This is still going to be Cloud9's point. It is going down to the last push here for Sodipop if they don't want to get shut out on this first stage.
Well, and the scary thing here for Sodipop is they must get on for sword time. This is their last possible chance. Soundbearer is out. Hyped is going in. Has not gotten anything just yet. This is where Sodipop, they must throw their bodies in the point, but Sheer4 knows that. Pulls out the Dragon Blade, has 2. Looking for more. Finds Zen. Gets the triple. Makes it a quad. And that is a 4 kill for Sheer4. And I don't even feel a bit sad about making that pun.
I think he probably heard you talking so highly of Shadowburn. You know, Shadowburn's the best Genji in the world. And he's like, ZP, you forget about me already? So Sheer4 putting on a clinic there. I think Sodipop is taking into account they are playing with a ringer here, so not exactly a practice squad here. Is probably why they wanted to go to King of the Hill as well, just because they're not going to have, their whole roster that they're used to having here. But they got to find something here. Just not a great look. So their initiations looked a little off, going kind of splitting squadron style, and I just don't think that's the best approach for Cloud9. Looks like they're going to run the exact same thing they ran last time, though.
Certainly, and I will say this as good as Sheer4 is. I still feel like Suyumi, just a little bit of a cut above, you know?
Probably.
For those who don't know. For those who don't know, you're like, wait, who's Suyumi? Sheer4's dark alter ego, who clearly is the better of the two. But we are getting in here to start things off. C9 once again on the point a little bit before. We'll see if they can turn this in their favor. Nomi right now, potentially getting flanked from both sides. Winston was in the back. Reaver on the hype to start things out. A 65 for Cloud9, and nothing too fancy here, but they are in a position of power.
Yeah, they lose 2 pretty early. There goes a 3rd and Grim Reality down. That means both tanks are down. You never want to lose both of your anything. Both tanks being down on King of the Hill means you're not going to have any sort of body presence near the point. They clean up some kills in the backline. Exion is going to suicide off the cliff. Hype's still around, but he's going to have to get out of there shortly. At some point, I think you go and just put Grim Reality on McCree, no matter what anyone else has to switch to, and just roll with that. He has been a shining star for their team.
What a bomb by Reaver. Went right in, blew up Nomi. Nomi could not shield himself to live through that. And losing Zarya that early, that just buys extra time. That's like an extra 8-9% here for Cloud9. So this is a good start for them. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, now it's really tough on Lijiang. How are you going to initiate here? I guess Grim's going to go over the top, but it looks like half their team still wanted to go right, half going left. They're going to clean up the backline. Exion gets a kill, but Short4 answers it with 2 of his own.
Short4 able to go in, just piling on, going to deflect right in Zarya's face, and that is certainly a rough go here for Sodipop, where really just struggling to get anything going forward, and Short4 doing nothing but beasting.
Lijiang is so unforgiving once you lose a point. Almost every single stage, it's just so hard to break out and even contest in a wide open area. This one, the night market as well, control center as you just saw, it's just hard. How are you going to start the fight?
All right, Exion moving in, Dragon Blade now on the way, moving to the back line, not fighting anything he likes, just goes into the building. This is a very unused sword. It is going thirsty tonight. Reaver, though, does go down, so it's still 65 here for Sodipop. Soundberry going to be coming out there trying to pile on, but Short4 in the back has taken out Hype, is going to be rejoining the fight here in just a moment. Debit maintaining space here on the Winston, and there's going to be C9 holding once more.
Yeah, Hype doing his best, gets a kill there towards the end. It was the best look we've seen so far from Sodipop as they kind of forced them to play on all over the place. It looked like Cloud9 actually just decided we're just going to go hunting. They sent a couple other DPS in the back line and they were split up, but just 1v1, they all won their duels when they were fair fights, and they're going to hold on to this point. It's going to be desperation time again. They're going to have to go in shorthanded and try to even stall this out.
And they don't have a choice. They have to get it into overtime. Grim Reality is moving in. Graviton Surge is going to come in, though. They get pulled in. Rewrote the Wombo. Pulse Bomb taking out Jer. And this is looking for C9. Short4 once more in the back line. Dragon Blade out again. How many Dragon Blades is this? Way too many for Sodipop as Short4 picks up the 3K. And not the worst overtime rush here from the side of Sodipop. Hyped looking for the Pulse Bomb, but he is outnumbered, outgunned. And round number 2 going to go the way of Cloud9.
Yeah, another 100% to 0. Sodipop has to dig deep, find something, maybe switch a composition. I think also, I don't know how used Grim is to playing this Winston, but it seems like whenever he jumps in, everyone else goes to the right in a different way. They're not exactly supporting him the way a Winston needs to be supported against a Zenyatta. So might see some tank switch up, but again, it looks like they're going to roll out with this roster. I don't know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Maybe they see something I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, C9 has just been playing on a different level here, and the thing about C9, they have such a multiple threat. I mean, certainly Short4 has been stealing a lot of the glory here today, but Reaver, definitely one of the better traces in the game. Kai always solid and reliable on Zarya, and it just makes for a triple threat that is a huge pain to deal with, but Sodipop has no choice. They must now go for the reverse sweep if they want to stay alive here on Lijiang.
Well, they need to contest this first point because they've had a hard trouble breaking out. And this is a map you can just get locked in pretty much in your spawn if you lose the first fight. This first fight is absolutely crucial for Sodipop.
They're moving in, but Sodipop just getting poked down. 3 members at near death, soon to be full death. Grim Reality, 150 HP as Winston. Not a great look here as really good play coming on. Look at Kai already at 52% ult charge off one fight in Zarya. That's how you know Zarya is dishing out an incredible amount of damage.
Yeah, so during that fight, it was not necessarily over, but they snuck onto the point, were able to put some time on, and now they're cleaning up. Nomi goes down, Exion goes down, to the combination of Short4 and Reaver, and this is where it gets super dangerous. How are you going to get out of this doorway? What is your plan to get out of this door?
I mean, the plan to get out of the door is not to get bopped by Short4, who's about to have Dragon Blade. Easier said than done. Kai about to have Graviton. Grego will have Soundbearer. Just everything otherwise looking good here for C9. Not a great look here for Sodipop. Jer right now getting focused down and dies immediately to Debit. They're down to Lucio. And down to Lucio that early is not a good thing. Here comes Short4 though. Dragon Blade on the way. Has one. Has defeated his counter on the other Genji. Forces out the Transcendence. And that's a bad Transcendence. That's a pure panic ult.
Yeah, not the best look there, and next time they come through, they're going to get Gravitoned as well, so they don't really have anything great going for them. Maybe Hyped can hit a clutch pulse bomb, rather. Grim Reality's playing the loneliest Winston I've ever seen. Anytime he jumps in, I look on the screen to try to find teammates, and I generally have to zoom out to do so.
All right, so we'll keep a close eye on Kai right now as he looks for the Graviton, hoping it does not get deflected. Of course, Graviton does come in, though, pulls in 2, and they're rolling in for the cleanup. Exion is in the back with the Dragon Blade, has not gotten anything just yet, is slicing, is taken out in the end. Pulse Bomb by Hype, though, trying to open things up, takes out 2, but despite that being decent play, it's only even things up somewhat. C9 still very much in this fight. Hyped moving around, trying to put the team on his back. Hyped, of course, with all sorts of prestige backing him up, but gonna be C9 holding once more, and they are one more team fight, Hex, from taking this.
Yeah, look where Winston is. I mean, he's all alone in the middle. He's gonna prop farm Warriors because he has to, I guess. They gotta get on the point at some time, but there was another panic all there with the Graviton. It looked better because Hype got a Pulse Bomb in late, but I think they would have rather had those going in when the rest of the team was alive, not after losing 3.
Here comes Sure4 once more. We've seen this before in this map, has the double kill. And at 97%, C9 almost certainly going to win this right here and now. A swift 3-0 by Cloud9.
Yeah, that was nigh a percentage point lost. That's 300% to 0 on the first map of the set here. And Cloud9 looking really good. Sodipop, yeah, they are playing with a ringer, but I don't know. It just seemed like they didn't want to change anything. Nothing they were doing was working, but I think maybe they thought it's their best chance. Maybe everyone's on their best heroes, but here's one of many Dragon Blades from Sure4.
Pick a Dragon Blade, any Dragon Blade. Odds are that was Sure4 doing terrible, terrible things to the enemy. 17 Dragon Blade kills. That's a lot. Alrighty, so that was map number 1. We'll see where Sodipop brings us to next, but quite the start here from Cloud9, and you gotta think that Cloud9 is one of the favorites to win it all here in this melee.
Yeah, definitely a favorite if they're focused, especially. So they're holding form here. A lot of 500s in here. A lot of good players in this lobby. So, yeah, that guy's got to go play World of Warcraft. It is going to be map choice for Sodipop. I hope we go to Numbani. Numbani's always been one of my favorite maps just because it's just such an outlier. You never know what you're going to see on Numbani. And I think Cloud9 has a pretty cool strategy a lot of teams have copied here.
Numbani is great. Numbani definitely has some of the most dynamic play in Overwatch overall in terms of, it's the lab. It's where people come up with new cool things. And just so people know, the glory of Kai's comment is specifically, it was, quote, I need to go get my artifact and WoW, hold on. So Kai with a little bit of multitasking.
Yeah, Cloud9, with the World of Warcraft team, Cloud9. Yeah, we always got something to do in WoW there. So we're still waiting for the next map choice. I will remind them that we need Sodipop to make a decision. So, I mean, a lot of that can probably be chopped up with having to run a ringer. They weren't really thrilled about it. They thought they were going to have agilities here, and agilities is no slouch either. We talk about the DPS duos, and Grim Reality and agilities, you could do a whole lot worse than those two on your McCree and Genji. I'm a little surprised that Grim Reality had to play the Winston the entire time, and he also just was a little bit out. You can't play Winston in this meta without the full support of your team. You need Zarya bubbles. You need people distracting so you're not just getting focused down by Zenyatta, and he just never had it in any of those fights.
No, I mean, in general, the King of the Hill, I mean, in the end, it was C9 winning not just off of mechanical skill, but coordination as well. I mean, any category you want to pick, C9 was winning that game pretty handily. There wasn't a whole lot of silver linings there to grab for Sodipop, but Hex, the dream is real. We are, in fact, moving on and upward into Numbani. Exion has left the game here, though. I wonder if, are we getting agilities in? We are getting agilities in, so the full Sodipop roster will be here.
Well, good. I'm pretty glad about that. You never really want to see a team have to play a tournament with a ringer. I mean, there's nothing against Exion or not, so agilities is coming. You want to see these teams at full force, and this Sodipop team has looked pretty good against some of the top teams. They're definitely a team that we think is on the rise. So yeah, we're just going to wait for agilities to get in here. He will probably be playing the Genji. Maybe Grim then gets to switch to a McCree. We'll see. They can run a little more standard meta if they want. It's a somewhat more traditional map than King of the Hill. Definitely different metas there, but it is Numbani, so anything could happen.
Well, Numbani, I think it would be really, really awkward if we did see Excuse me, sorry. I'm still a little bit jet lagged from London, but it would be a little bit surprising if we didn't see Grim Reality on the McCree. I mean, his McCree cleanup is super, super great. Definitely had some really big moments in the Overwatch Open. Would expect the same to come here. And you know me, Hex, I've been singing Grim Reality's praises on that character for a long time, really months now.
Yeah, since back, I think maybe he had a brief appearance on the CLG roster, I think. And I remember we were casting some stuff where we didn't necessarily know the teams. And what we do when those things happen is we just pick out talent. And whereas like Grim Reality impressed us from the get-go. And he was playing an amazing McCree. And he is just, not only has he been playing an amazing McCree, he's also been playing the best I've ever seen him play. Like, his game has just been on point, on top of it, as far as his McCree play goes. So it was a little surprising to not see him there again. That's King of the Hill, and it's again adjusting for having to bring in a ringer, as we call him. So maybe we'll see what they do on Numbani. We are still waiting for Agilities, the most aptly named of Genjis.
I mean, if you're going to be playing a character that can climb on walls, dash into the air out of nothing, and be super evasive, you might as well name yourself Agilities. In fact, fun fact for Genji, his sort of passive that encapsulates all his movement, double jump, and wall kind of like, is called Cyber Agilities. So, good name for a Genji player, if nothing else.
Yeah, I guess he had to update. He is joining lobby momentarily. Yeah, what do you mean you're jet lagged? ZP, the international man of mystery, gets jet lagged?
I mean, every now and then, I just want to excuse the yawn, to be honest. That is my excuse, and it is a very good excuse, given that I did take a flight. Although, while we're on that topic, I got lucky flying back. So I was flying Delta on the way back, and it was in economy. But it wasn't a very packed fight, and as soon as they were closing off boarding, I was able to pick out a row in the middle, 3 seats all to myself, just slept horizontally most of the way, so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't great sleep, but I considered myself pretty darn lucky. But you know what we're luckier for, Hex? We are gang in game. Cloud9 versus Sodipop on the way.
Here it is on Numbani. You know, it's been one of my favorite maps for a while, just because you can see the same thing on Kings Row and Hollywood. They're similar-ish maps. You see generally the same composition. You never know what you're going to see on Numbani. Even when it has its own standardish meta, teams run it in different ways. Cloud9 has run a weird offense on this map, but they are going to start off on defense. They've also been a team that will run a lot of different stuff on defense. And I think this is what we're going to be seeing out of them. They are going to be running Adam on the Zenyatta. Kai will play D.Va. It's our first real appearance of D.Va in a game that's not stalling out. Grego will be the Lucio. Shore 4, of course, on Genji. Reaver on McCree. Devitt will play Winston.
You see this quite a bit here on Numbani, where this is, especially this first one, is one of the few areas where you won't always see a Reinhardt be played, whether it be on offense or defense. Both offense and defense might go for more mobile tank setups, and really, think about the history of C9. This sort of harkens back to some of the old double Winston days with Kai or on the D.Va and Debet on the Winston, where they can both sort of double dive on people.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that's effective on their defense here.
Yeah, that was one of the things I noted when the patch was going to come out. I was like, well, if they can run D.Va, it's kind of just like how they used to like to run it. They both have the mobility that they used to love running together. Their coordination on their tank play has been top tier. I was doing voting for the Overwatch Cup, and I'm like, I can't vote Kai without Debit or Debit without Kai. I had to vote for them both.
Alrighty, well, the offense now on the way. Nomi, of course, on the Reinhardt. Hype on Zenyatta. Hyped on the D.Va. Jer on Lucio. Grimulai on McCree, and Agilities on the Genji. So, gotta expect with Hyped and Agilities to double team and move to the back line, try and create some opportunities for their team, but they are gonna have to worry about that incredibly pesky defensive Genji of Share 4.
Yeah, they just get right up the stairs here, though, so this is a good look, but they're going to get double dived on by those tanks, as we talked about before. Kai's really deep.
Share 4 able to get the first pick off of the game, just dove in without a care, was not punished for it. Discord orb or no. Right now 5v5 though, so they did fight right back, and in fact Grim Reality gets rid of the problem, and now suddenly, just like this is a really good opportunity for Sodipop. Grim Reality can stay alive a little bit more longer. He's going to be able to get big pickoffs here for Sodipop as a reinforcement stream in.
Yeah, it's what we expected off of Grim Reality's McCree's, just that good. They have the numbers up top, they're going to come right back in, they're going to take low ground. No, Nomi misses his charge though.
Does miss a charge. Soundbear now up here. Sodipop applying the pressure. Grim Reality moving in. The Earth Shatter setting him up. Here comes Share 4 trying to be the hero of the defense. Has a double kill, looking for more. Was looking for Grim Reality. Grim Reality actually gives him the juke. The step to the back, but it's not going to be enough. A triple kill for Share 4, and Grim Reality going to fall in the end. So Good comeback there from C9 to hold on to the point where it was looking really good for Sodipop.
Yeah, it was a decent first push. I mean, Grim Reality gave Shore for the juke, but he decided he was going to find a different dancing partner, walked out of that room and took down 2, then came back for Grim Reality. So Shore 4 getting the best of that engagement there. Ultimates are going to be rather even here, as that fight was pretty even. Debit's going to have ult, Reaver's going to have High Noon, as will Grim Reality.
Dildy's right now laying things in. Dragon Blade about to be on the way. We'll have to worry about both Transcendence and Sound Barrier, though, so this isn't likely to be the biggest of Dragon Blades unless he uses it really late into the fight. C9 really well positioned on the defense.
Yeah, kind of a pretty slow push here, as they're just going to let Nomi get in over the top. Kai comes in with Debit, as always, and charge backwards out of there. Misses his charge again, does Nomi. I think he wanted to bring Kai into the death pit.
Right now, this is going to be quickly turning to an ult showdown here in just a moment. Grim Reality going to open things up here with the Deadeye. Surefour moving to the back line, no fear, and Debit has his follow-through, gets the triple kill. Surefour goes down, but he was such a distraction that Debit got everything he wanted and more.
Yeah, I mean, this is a patient push, but almost too patient. There's only really 2 up for them in the stairway now. I don't know why Nomi still keeps walking out and taking damage. Now there's going to be reinforcements out.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, look at the ult situation here. C9 is really well positioned to have a full hold. A lot is going to depend on Jer and Agilities using Dragon Blade, Sound Barrier combo. Here they go. They're moving right in. Agilities going to the back line. Has Reaver down. First kill here to Agilities. Can he pile on? Takes out Surefour. The heart of C9's DPS is down, and that's going to be Agilities with a point-winning triple kill.
Yeah, this is what you expect out of Sodipop when both of their DPS are going off. If it's not Grim, who you have to worry about, it's going to be Agilities. Their Genji McCree combo doing a lot of good work. It started off pretty decent. Kai threw his Diva Mech and its self-destruct right down the hallway, split him in half, but they were able to get out of there alive, cleaning up after with that agility, cyber agility.
All right, so Sodipop not out of this just yet, getting things moving. And Ultimate are not in the worst situation. Greg will have a sound barrier, but they will have ways of dealing with this. That's all that's up right now. Surefour, of course, still a constant threat. We'll probably get Dragon Blade up sooner rather than later, but Sodipop, this is going to be about as even ground as they can hope for moving on to the next phase.
Yeah, so they're not going to let them get this free push down the middle. Teams have been choosing engagements around this bend earlier. A defensive sound barrier. They look like they want to fight into this, but no, they back off, so that sound barrier gets nothing out of it.
That was not a good sound barrier. A little bit of miscommunication there on T9's part, and now a much bigger opportunity here for Sodipop as they're just taking their time looking for an opportunity. Agilities goes down, though, and that might bode ill. We'll see if Nomi can get Earthshatter here, but down that inch of DPS is going to be really hard for them to actually move in.
Yeah, Nomi again taking a ton of damage on that shield, tries to bail out. Are they going to chase? No, they choose not to. They're happy holding this corner. Another late kill from Grego goes down onto Hype, so they're going to be down another tank yet again. Nomi walking in. I guess they're going to try to go in now. It seems like he's taking a lot of unnecessary damage when he doesn't have to, but...
It hasn't been great. Nomi is going to be looking for their shot here in just a moment. They're going to open the way here with the Deadeye. Grim Reality zoning back. Nomi's still just waiting to drop the Earth Shatter. They get on the payload. C9 just walking back, and again, Debet and Surefour loaded for bear here in the next fight. Dragon Blade will be coming out. Debet will be looking for that Earth Shatter. And here comes Surefour moving to the back line. Sound Barrier going to force him right back, so not the biggest value here off of this Dragon Blade. Counter Sound Barrier's out here from the offense. Offense moving in. They take out Surefour. They get 3 kills, and they are going to move it forward and win this ult showdown.
Yeah, and as bad as we've talked about Nomi so far, just on his basic tank mechanics, though, a huge Earth Shatter allows his team to show up big in the kill feed. They're knocked 3 down, didn't get any credit himself in that kill feed, but it was because of that Earth Shatter that they won that fight.
So they're going to keep this moving forward. Not the worst start here from this Sodipop, at least in the streets phase. Point A was a little bit rough. Skull's coming up here with Grim Reality. Might have had a chance for one pick off, doesn't get it. Sound Barrier now up here for C9. They're just going to roll it right in. No kills for it yet, though. Some questionable Sound Barriers out from C9 here thus far. As a Debit returning to the fight. Earth Shatter at the ready. Graviton, will it be setting up? Graviton in from Kai. Debit right now just swinging the hammer. 3 kills coming in. And that's Kai setting up C9 to win that fight.
Yeah, really nice Graviton there, isolating the 3, able to pick them off, and you see the super staggered death of Hype. Once you have a Diva unsuited, she is no threat to anyone at all. You wait as long as possible to clean her up. And they do, so Hype is going to be late back into this fight. They are going to have some ults to work with on offense, see if Nomi can hit another huge Earth Shatter.
We'll have to see. I mean, a lot will be on the back of Nomi here. 45 seconds remaining. This is the last push coming out from the side of Sodipop. Grimreality is going to zone things out to start with and takes out Reaver. Critical mistake here by Reaver. Here comes Shift4 in the back, and Grimreality has taken out both major C9 DPS players, and Sodipop will get no bigger opportunity than this Hex.
Big Earthshatter comes back from Nomi, but it was into a Transcendence. He's going to be off on an island alone fighting. It is just a brawl. Who can win the 1v1 duel here? It looks like it's going to be Sodipop cleaning up his Agilities. Cleans up the mess, and they're going to get this point with only 15 seconds remaining.
Good cleanup there from Agilities. Sodipop lingering, hanging in there, not letting themselves get full held before last. 2 minutes still remaining, and C9 will be getting some good ults up soon, so really only about 2 big team fights left here for Sodipop, and they're going to have to win one at least with somewhat of an ult disadvantage.
Well, we have an Ana sighting. Short4 comes up on the Ana. Mama Bear in the house.
Mama Bear. I don't know where the Mama Bear thing came from, but it's absolutely amazing moniker. Sound Bear coming out here from the defense. Devet leading the way, about to get a new Earthshatter up. Nomi is down, and at least good here on the offense to back out and not feed extra deaths there, just for ult charge alone.
Yeah, so 130 left. That's about 2 pushes here. They're going to have to go into Graviton, into Earthshatter. Short4, you know, Ana builds pretty quick, so he might have that nano boost any second. There's the Graviton.
Graviton coming in, Earthshatter falling up right there. Debit moving in with the fall through. Give me 2 kills off of Kaikai's Graviton. And, oh man, Agilities off on an island, ends up getting taken out, and this is going to be the final push coming out here from Sodipop. And here's the thing about this, not only do they need to win this fight decisively, Hex, they're going to have to beat up C9 at least one more time, where C9 is going to have Transcendence up, they're going to have Nano Boost up. It might almost be mission impossible here for Sodipop.
Yeah, they're going to have to dodge some ults for sure. Reaver's going to try to get in the back line. There it is right there. Pulse Bomb goes down on Nomi really early, brings him super low. Here comes that nano boosted Reinhardt.
Oh my god! Debit swinging the hammer, going in! The triple kill from Nano Boost! W Mouse 1 in the house! Oh no! That's a thing.
That is the bane of my competitive existence. I seem to always find the Reinhardt with a nano boost, and what do you do against it? You almost need a sleep dart to do anything against it. You can flashbang. He got flashbang there and just kind of slowed him down for half a second.
Oh man, the Mama Bear, the Papa Bear combo doing all sorts of terrible things. Debit coming down, dropping the Earthshatter, sets them up once more. What a last few minutes here from Debit. And that is going to be it for C9. They will hold before last. Pretty good showing here against Sodipop.
Yeah, I think Joshy said it, the Nana Boost. Nana Boost is in full effect there. They didn't really have an answer for it, so this gets real easy. No time to beat, no clock on the field, just that distance they got to get to for Cloud9.
All right, well, definitely not the greatest here for Sodipop. Again, as you mentioned, C9 does not have to worry about time as a factor. Any map completion whatsoever will win them this series, and good showing here from C9 overall. I mean, I know C9 has had their ups and downs as of late, but overall they are one of the more consistent teams in the game. Didn't quite happen at the Atlantic Showdown, but they look good today.
Yeah, cool strat coming out there. It's a map that I think they're pretty good on. They definitely have different strategies going here, but it looks like it is going to be Sodipop with a little bit off strategy, perhaps, if this composition switches. We'll see what they do when they leave spawn. Shortfur says we missed something. Sorry, Shortfur, there's a lot going on.
What did we miss?
I don't know, maybe a sleep dart of some sort?
Oh, man. Anyways, take a look here at the defense coming out here from the side of Sodipop. Nomi's going to be here on the Reinhardt. Hype going to be on the Zenyatta. Jer on Lucio. Jildy's on Mei. Hyped on the Torbjorn. And Grim Reality going to be on McCree.
Well, it's definitely a composition that is designed to hold first. Now, I know like every composition is kind of designed to hold first, but this one is more all-in on it with your Mei, with your Torbs, so we'll see where they want to set up here. I'd imagine that Agility is going to be up top. Yeah, he ran this kind of style in the Go4 Cup as well, where he wants to cut teams off who come in so that they get half of the team in, he cuts them off, and then you just clean up. So you're trying to force a 6v2, 6v3 kind of scenario. They might expect this coming and check this corner. It's similar to a Reaper, got to check your corners this time for a Mei.
Yeah, and Mei is interesting here in the defense. It's one of those things where it used to come out quite a bit in the past. It was actually C9 that used to run it a lot. Shift4 used to be on Mei in the defense more often than not. Reaver, though, taking out the turret right away. Torbjorn's baby just dying, but being rebuilt as we speak.
Yeah, they're going to come through the stairs. We'll see if May can cut him off. She gets one. Debit's out there all alone. Debit dies.
Yep, Debit going a little bit too ham to start things out here. 65 in favor of Sodipop, and sort of set up by the May. This is going to be a little bit rough for C9. They'll have to wait for Debit to come back in, because being down your shield tank right away, usually not the greatest look.
What kind of approach they take now? Because that seems like the kind of thing that works once. Now, Cloud9 used to just boost right up Main Street, go all the way back through the backside, and take the high ground away. It looks like they're just going to walk right in.
They just walk right in, up the gut, waiting for the opportunity. Debet going to go over the top. Grego taking out the turret to start things out, and the defense definitely getting bullied a little bit back right now. They won't have Molten Core up just yet. Surefour on the Nomi, and one more pick, and C9 might have this already. Torbjorn trying to, oh my goodness, hyped! Right-click Surefour in the face. Aardvark, will it pay off? He's pretty close to Molten Core right now, and he does have a turret up. Will he pop it? No, he does not pop it. He pops it after the turret dies.
It's a second too late, day late, and $1 short on that Molten Core. Everyone else is going to get cleaned up, and that is a cap of first point for Cloud9. Again, time does not matter except, you know, how long it takes to get to the second point. Giant yellow box of victory on the ground towards the last point.
All right, so for C9, not the worst beginning at all. I do take it an effectively first push and a half, and Sodipop, they're going to have to hold for a while here. Remember that time is not an issue. C9 doesn't even have to get all the way to last, and Surefour, now the Dragon Blade, could bust this game wide open.
Yeah, huge ultimate advantage right now for Cloud9 on the tail of winning that last fight, and also because Sodipop wanted to switch off of some of those heroes. The May and the Torbjorn, exactly. So, got hyped on a Winston. Agility is now on the Reaper.
Here comes Surefour, though, moving to the backline. Dragon Blade out once more. Hype's going down to start things out. Moving forward and in. 2 kills here from C9. Earthshard does come in pretty late in the fight by Reinhardt, but a little bit too late here for Nomi, as C9 definitely going to get the better of this engagement.
Yeah, Grim Reality gets punched by Winston. The opposing Winston is still hiding in the back. He's going to get out going through the top side there. I thought he might suicide momentarily. They're pushing very far forward. Hype actually cleans up Kai, though. This 3-man hunting squad is going to get cleaned up if they're not careful. There goes Reaver
from the defense. Yeah, they have to be back up a little bit. Debit here does still have Earth Shatter at the right. He's going to go down to Agilities. Agilities moving forward, and Sodipop not going down just yet. But Hex, 6 minutes and 15 seconds left to defend here. They don't have a whole lot of margin for error.
No, but that was all because Hype did not suicide as the Winston on the backside, which a lot of people would have. He chose to go through the top. Cloud9 saw it and decided to send 3 after him. All 3 of them actually died because they were just too greedy on the chase.
Buildies right now. He's going to be moving in here in a second. He gets taken out right away by Reaver.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough defense there, but Surefour does get taken out. 1 DPS down each. They're trading kills.
Reaver right now moving right back in. Deadeye here at the ready. Debet taking out Hype to start things out. 3 kills here from C9, and C9 just has to push us a little bit further to finish things out.
Yeah, so they're going to try to stall this out as Hyped. He is discorded, and even with that Primal Rage, he gets cleaned up. Agilities gets 1 in Reaver, but he dies as well. So that is it. That is Cloud9 taking it. Sodipop looked a lot better with their actual roster, though, so we'll give them that credit. But Cloud9 was one of the favorites when we were looking at these groups, and they look pretty good right now. We'll give Agility some due. He only got to play 1 game. We'll give him his play a game.
It's like Agility's in here for a little bit, but still had at least 1 moment of glory. Just those things where it's not that Sodipop looked absolutely terrible for a lot of this, but Cloud9 definitely came in looking strong, looking like how they usually do, so... Little bit unfortunate for Sodipop, but hey, this is still the group stages. They are not knocked out of it yet, and we'll just have to see what they do for us later in the night.
Yeah, I think our next match should be a good pre-gauge where Sodipop is, because they're going to be playing a little-known team called Rise Nation. And if you haven't heard of them, you missed out on some big stuff, because that should be a good one.
All right, so what we're going to do here, for more insight on the last game, we're going to throw it over to our analyst desk, headed up by Slasher, Joshi, and Bloodsire. So definitely check that out, and we'll be back right after with our next map.